The topic of today's class is use of English. Introduction. Basic skills of communication in English. The first aim would be to explain the concept of use of English, highlight some of the principles of use of English, and identify the requirements for use of English. The use of English is a course mounted in tertiary institutions to enhance students' communicative competence, to enable them to learn their courses well and perform well in examinations. The essence of the use of English is to remedy the inadequacies of students arising from the shortfall in the mastery of the English language subject in their secondary education from the standard of tertiary education, to develop learners' communicative skills, to enable them to learn and perform effectively in their different courses, and optionally to introduce learners to the vocational skills required for intended future professions. Language is a means by which humans interact within a community. I said it again. Language is a means by which human beings interact within a community. It is regarded as the oldest phenomenon used by man in creation. This means that as soon as man was created, language was created for use by man. Without language, man cannot function effectively. Without language, man cannot communicate with his fellow man. Hence, it is a tool through which human beings communicate to function actively in their community. Humans need language to function actively in their community. Without language, there will be chaos. Without language, there won't be development because man needs to converse, speak with his fellow man to be able to get things done. Language is a systematic body of rules, or rather, a system of arbitrary symbols employed in the process of communication. This means that language is made up of a system of rules and principles which are structured into certain patterns for communicative purposes. This means that in language, there are principles and rules that must be followed accordingly. If these rules and principles are not followed, language will be distorted and the meaning will also be lost. Some basic principles of the use of English. 1. English as a second language, English for specific purposes, communicative language teaching, and English as a foreign language. There are 4 basic language skills. They are listening, speaking, reading, and writing. The success of a use of English course can be measured not only in terms of vocabulary, accurate grammar, and pronunciation, nor in terms of explicit knowledge of rules, but by the ability to do things and participate actively in communicative activities with the language appropriately, fluently, and effectively. Listening is an act by which a person pays attention to what is being said or communicated by another person, usually referred to as the speaker or communicator. Example, in the classroom, the speaker is the teacher, the tutor, or lecturer. There are 2 types of listening. There are serious or formal listening, which is also known as active listening, social or informal listening, which is also known as passive listening. Serious or formal or active listening is mostly engaged during classroom and public lectures. That means we need active listening during classrooms and public lectures. Social or informal or passive listening is usually used for entertainment. This is when one is not paying much attention to what is being said. Advantages or rewards of effective listening. A listener can expand his knowledge as he learns and gains new information. A listener develops and expands his vocabulary, and his language use becomes facilitated. Therefore, listening is a necessary aspect of the learning process. I'll take that again. Therefore, listening is a necessary aspect of the general learning process. Thank you.